Hello, I am Captain Mojo Jojo. I am subbing in today.
All right, let's begin. I don't know where Marilyn is, but we'll start without her. So last time on Secret of the Black Crag, let's pop over to the map. Loading the Salamander Island. Last time, our crew set out from Port Fortune, following a map you got from a dead man, that led you to, or that promised to lead you to a smuggler's cache on a sandbar known as Smuggler's Spit. Expecting to find a treasure of rum and whatever else the rum runners had stashed there, you made your way there. Along the way, though, while you passed alongside Jade Island, you saw something on the beach. A ship, a merchant ship known as the Stalwart, beached on the sand. You investigated and found that the crew had been killed and stripped of all of their clothing and equipment, and their bodies left to rot. Only bones remained. The ship had been ransacked, the valuables taken, it seemed, and among the remains you found a few interesting tidbits. A clockwork parrot that was found under a container that was knocked over and hid it from those who did the ransacking. The clockwork parrot seemed to have the ability to play back a recording of what it had recorded, or what it had heard, and the recording that it had on it was screaming and dying and sounds of angry monkeys. The captain's quarters, you found a ledger which had the different objects and valuables the ship had transported during its time of operation, including its last cargo, which was several cages full of circus monkeys and a gorilla. You began piecing together what had happened, along with the rumors you had heard of talking monkeys on Jade Island, and came to the obvious conclusion of the origin of those monkeys and what had happened here. The ship itself, though, the Stalwart, was not in the greatest condition, but salvageable. It needed new sails, the older ones had been shredded, and it needed, there would require some labor to get it off the island into where it had beached itself, into the ocean again, and also need some minor repairs, but it was sufficient, it was in sufficient quality that you believed it would be worthwhile salvaging it and sailing it, but taking it back to Port Fortune for sale. Expecting to get at least a couple of thousand, probably a few thousand gold pieces out of the value of this extra ship. Captain Sarko Two Legs decided that you would split the party. Sarko would take the ship back to Port Fortune in order to fetch new sails and sell the clockwork parrot to pay for what you would need in order to get the ship seaworthy and bring it back. Meanwhile, the rest of the adventuring crew, the away party, would remain there on Jade Island in order to make sure no one else tried to claim the ship while you were away, while he was away. The away team decided to light a bonfire on the beach in order to illuminate the area and keep them warm and comfortable and able to see in the dark of the night. The bonfire attracted the attention of various monkeys wearing pirate outfits, who approached in the middle of the night, surprising you, and took you all prisoner. They took you back to the Temple of the Monkeys, where you were calling it. Took you to a temple in the middle of the island, some dozen miles inland, and brought you before the gorilla, Captain refers to. Captain demanded that you solve a puzzle for him effectively. He knew that there was treasure behind a door in the temple that he and his crew were, quote, too stupid to bring to him. There was a hallway filled with vines and traps, pressure plates. You bypassed that, found the way to the sun door, opened the sun door, revealing a massive diamond the size of a coconut, which prismatically glimmered whenever it reflected light. You gave this to the captain, all the monkeys were mesmerized, and the gorilla. All of the monkeys and the captain were mesmerized by this prismatic gem. You stole a red gold trident from their jade statue and a tetrahedral green gemstone that contained lightning inside of it, which was also in the other hand of the jade statue. And then you fled into the jungle back towards the beach, just in time to be picked up by Captain Sarko, returning just before nightfall. You came back, you made a plan to wait until morning, and then begin the plan of salvaging the ship. That's where we left off. It is now dawn of the 5th day. The plan, to recover Stalwart, and then return to Port Fortune to sell this extra ship that you have salvaged. This is the situation. On the dawn of this 5th day, the weather I have pre-rolled is a light rain and a fresh breeze. It's one of those days where it never really stops raining, but it never really starts either. Just, brief showers spread throughout the day. You get, it rains for 5 minutes, then it stops, but it's still overcast and dreary. It's a very wet day, but it's not a constant down. The wind is, and there's just enough of a breeze that the ship can make its normal speed. In terms of the task you have set up before you, freeing the ship is going to require your crew to do quite a bit of work. While there's low tide, they're going to need to get down there and dig out the ship. It has been stuck in the sand for a very long time and neglected. They're going to need to dig it free. They're also going to need to redo all of the rigging with new ropes and sails, and they're going to have to transport over food and supplies from the Gilded Goose to the Stalwart. Effectively, it's going to take them all day, factoring in their union-mandated lunch breaks, to get the Stalwart seaworthy again. I have, during this time, I am going to make a wandering monster roll for both land to see if anyone interrupts the away team while they are on the Stalwart, getting things ready to shove off again, and for a sea encounter for the Gilded Goose. I have already rolled these, but I will not reveal if anything has been rolled yet. I want the players now to decide where each of you are while the crew is working. Will you be standing on the beach, near or on the Stalwart, on land, effectively? Or will you be on the Gilded Goose? So are you going to be with the away party, supervising, or are you going to oversee things back from the Gilded Goose?
King dig ship out. King strong.
Okay, so King is part of the away part, is on land. Since Marilyn is not here, we will assume Sarko is staying on the Gilded Goose. He's not going to get his hands dirty. He's the captain. But what
I guess Goodman would be the away team.
Okay, Goodman is on the away team. Is he? Are you taking Mullery with you?
Of course.
Okay. All right. So our fighters and King are on the away party. Silly Sally, where are you?
Pom Pom is back on the Gilded Goose, trying to find her rat lawyer for legal counsel.
Got to ask the rat lawyer about salvage law.
Yeah, Pom Pom doesn't know much about salvage law. Pom Pom also wants to be sure that Pom Pom won't be held responsible for anything relating to the diamonds and the monkeys.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
how bad could the rules have been with the Wind Waker Great Sea Song is playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, the day goes quite peaceably. It's work. King, it's back-breaking work getting the ship unstuck from the beach. But
Of course.
It seems nothing out of the ordinary happens.
Good.
No horrible monsters show up. No sign of the monkeys, the pirate monkeys either. Meanwhile, Silly Sally over at sea, everything goes normal. Crew keeps coming and going. Though you might see some sea life, some fish, some dolphins may swim past you. Nothing dangerous happens. The day comes and goes. It is now by evening. The stalwart is shoved off and comes up near to the Gilded Goose. The crew is congratulatory to themselves, patting themselves on the back for a job well done. And you get ready to sleep and rest for the night before you sail back to Port Fortune the next day. Dawn comes on the 6th day, and now I did not roll ahead of time, so now we will roll for the weather for day 6. Oop, I didn't mean for that to be a private roll. Reveal those. Weather is fine. Couldn't be better. Clear skies and a breeze. Well, it could be better. There could be more wind. It's there's only a faint breeze on the air, meaning your ship can only move a third of its normal movement speed. This means you have up to 5 hexes of movement. The plan is to return to Port Fortune, so I'm just going to assume you were going to.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to draw a free hand here. So you're going to take something like that. As previously established, you do need to stay close to a shoreline in order to not risk getting lost. All right. So you'll be able to travel up to 5 squares today. I will make a wandering monster roll now. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First day, the ship sails. You're making it at a crawl's, a snail's pace down the coast, past Jade Island, around the Siren's Claws. But nothing scary happens. Go back to the calendar. We are now at day 7. Weather and wind. A miserable day.
Aww.
Rainy and lacking all wind. Your ship is unable to make any progress today, as you get caught in some doldrums by the Siren's Claws. Okay, I need to make some more rolls. Okay. Alright.
I don't.
That's
I have a bad
ominous.
feeling about this.
Alright. As your ship is circling here, or sort of floating here, unable to make any progress, there's no wind at all to move the sails. Some sea life takes note of your predicament. And your ship is being circled by 4 hungry sharks. Obviously, they're not really a threat to your ship, but the crew is all very aware of their presence. And they seem a little unnerved as the ship simply sits there as these hungry sharks begin swimming in circles around and around your ship.
Just don't put anybody in, and it'll be fine.
Maybe
Don't do
if we
anything
feed them
that. Don't
something.
do any plank walking worthy infractions. You know.
Yeah.
No matter where I go, I always see Aqua Summer's face.
Aw.
All right. The sharks continue following the ship as you sit there, unable to move. But, yes. Another day comes and passes. It is now the 8th day. The weather and wind. All right. The next day is much less miserable than the previous one. Skies are again clear, and the wind is blowing. That will be enough to get you. Normal movement speed is more than enough to get you back to Port Fortune before the end of the.
Yeah, the sharks would be more of a problem if we were in like a rowboat, I'm assuming.
Yes, if you had a smaller ship, that would certainly have been a potential issue. Or if you had, or if you were arriving somewhere, then that might be a.
Yeah.
Then they might be following you while you're trying to do diving or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, no worries.
Start a
We just get
hole.
an Aqua Summer.
If you had a druid, then you could.
That would-
But the animal friendship spell is quite powerful. In this
You'd start a whole Jaws quest line where you have to clear the bay of hungry sharks. The NPCs are all freaking out.
All right. So you've returned to Port Fortune. You have a few things on the agenda, and that is, well, first things first. You've gotten some treasure back to town. So let's go ahead and divvy up the XP for that treasure. The XP for the boat will come after you negotiate a value. But okay. The crew got the... What all treasure did you find? You found the red gold trident, which is worth 1,000, and
Big ruby orb.
the big ruby, the cabochon, worth 700.
Jeez.
Was there anything else?
A smaller
triangle
green
sparky
one, I
gem.
think.
Right.
Triangle Sparky Gem.
The the tetrahedral lightning gem is something that the captain plans to ask Mama Fortuna about.
Yes.
That's more of a magic item and less of like a treasure, so it doesn't have a value. Treasure.
I did get a cool trident, so if anyone wants a cool magic item, put your bids in now.
Well, let's find out. Let's wait till you find out what it's for. Okay, so it looks like you got 1,700 worth of treasure then, and there are 4.5 shares, because Mulray only gets half a share. So I'm going to round this up. You each get 378 experience. This may be modified based on your prime requisite, which I have. If you look, for example, if you look at Silly Sally, you'll see that she's got a plus 10% up above her experience. King, you have a plus 5%. This is due.
Oh, I do.
Yes. So instead of 378, you're going to get a 10% bonus on top of it.
Weird. I do not
Silly
see the
Sally.
plus 5, but I'll take it.
Oh, you don't see it?
How do you do percents with experience? Do you round up or do you just drop the decimal?
Just drop
Should
it.
automatically do it, right?
Okay.
It does
I'm
not.
seeing the percentage points.
You should see the percentage value there, but it won't automatically do it.
And it's 0.5% for me?
Yes. Well, 5%.
Oh,
Weird.
0.05.
Right.
That means I
Like
get a
it.
total of 415 experience. Very nice.
I don't see a modifier on my sheet, but now I'm second guessing because everyone.
I'm sorry, Davy Goodman. You are a low strength, mediocre dex fighter. You do not have a modifier.
Okay, good. My sheet's not lying to me like everyone else. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I got 397. I had to do math. I was slow.
I will add.
Yeah, at least 10% is easy because you just you do some funny decimal things.
Yeah.
5% is then you do the decimal thing and then you divide by 2 and then you get your number and then it's a few more steps.
Yeah.
All right. So you all, none of you will have enough experience to level up yet, but you are on your way. Okay. So Captain Sarko Two Legs is tragically under weather with the flu. And they've got the crud, and therefore they're putting Sir Davy Goodman in charge here. Sir Davy Goodman, you have been put in charge of the away team. You have a few objectives. One, talk to the old witch and find out what the fuck the Sparky Gem is.
Yeah.
You have been empowered to negotiate on behalf of the captain for that purpose. Second, to attempt to find a buyer for the stalwart. The captain has suggested that you go to Fort Albatross and you try and sell it to the governor, Red Rathbow.
Okay.
But that is what you have been asked to do, Sir Davy Goodman, acting captain. What would you like to do first? Where would you like to go?
Okay, let's go to Mama Fortuna's hut.
All right. You make your way down, off the dock, through the muddy beach, close towards the lighthouse, and you see.
Oh my god! I'm totally forgetting how to do Goodman's accent. This is freaking me out.
Oh no! You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you.
Hello, Mano Fortuna.
There's
We have returned. The Gilded Goose crew.
There's a sound of floor creaking, and the door opens, and the withered old crone looks out at you. Oh, hello there. Where's the handsome young captain?
Captain Sarko is a bit under the weather, unfortunately. They've vested me to bring you a bauble that we think is of some value.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear your captain. Come inside. As you enter in, you see the fortune teller's hut is very much as it was before. A breeze passes through the rickety shack, and it seems to causes various trinkets hanging from various ropes and things throughout the room to tinkle like wind chimes. She sits down at her fortune-telling table, a deck of tarot cards in front of her, a glass sphere crystal ball at hand. She says, "Tell me, Mr. Goodman, what can Mama do?"
We would like to gather some information on what this is. And Goodman pulls out the triangular lightning gem. Particularly if this is maybe harmful to hold.
Oh, now where did you find a thing like that? She will,
Oh, Mama Fortuna. It was a whole barrel of monkeys.
And gorilla.
And
Yeah,
a gorilla.
don't forget about the gorilla. He's really important to the story.
Sounds like you've had quite the adventure, we'll say. It should be safe to hold. Please pass it to me gently. She'll hold out her hand.
Yeah, Pom Pom hopes it's been safe to hold. Crew's been holding on to it for over a week.
King slept with it under pillow.
Nobody asked you to do that.
King wanted to keep safe.
Pom Pom hopes it's not like one of those scary bright green rocks that emits harmful poisonous energy.
Thieves
We
would
hear
just
muffled
think
outside
about
by
that.
the
A little bit of
graveyard.
uranium under his pillow.
You hear outside by the graveyard, return the slab.
Mama will take the tetrahedral gem if you allow. She's going to.
Oh yeah.
She's going to look it over. It's been a while since. Well, I think he has one, but it's quite rare. Sit down on the table in front of her. Mama is capable of illuminating you on the nature of this object. What do you have to trade for this information?
Oh, how much gold did we get? Sorry.
Well, you haven't sold it yet, but you are currently in possession of a cabochon worth 700 gold pieces. Additionally, on the Gilded Goose, you have leftover from selling the Clockwork Parrot, 128 gold pieces.
Yeah, okay, so we're loaded. Would 30 gold suffice?
30 gold. Well, 50.
Oh, very well. I was always bad at bargaining.
Agreed. You'll pay her 50 from the ship's treasure. Let me subtract that out. So there's 78 left in the ship.
Captain's gonna hear about this and be like, "No, you should have talked her down to 5 gold pieces. She absolutely swindled the shit out of you."
A sage would normally ask for more than that, but she's not in a great bargaining position.
Yeah.
She accepts the 50 gold, and then will hold up the gem, and she will say, "This. Gems like this can be found scattered throughout the islands. They were created by the ancients. They are a means of powering their technology. And often called power crystals, though I think that's a rather unimaginative name myself. But these power...
Sparky Rock.
Yes. The power crystals contain an amount of energy and while they possess it, you see that they glow in this way. This one is about 80% fully charged. This has quite a lot of life left in it. These gemstones, they contain within them an immense amount of energy. You must be careful. If they are broken, they will unleash all of that energy in an explosion.
Oh.
I would not advise keeping one under one's pillow, lest, it crack.
Gem is bomb.
Gem is bomb, yes. She describes what happens when you break one. So I will give you the game mechanical effects of that, as she describes it more, in universe. When shattered, a power crystal releases a flash of yellow-green electricity, dealing 1d6 damage in a 10-foot radius, and blinding anyone within a 30-foot radius for 1d4 rounds. You can make a save versus wands to resist each effect. So,
kind of like a smoke bomb that shocks you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yes, and keep in mind, a d6 of damage is enough to kill an average person. King, you have 4 hit points. That means if this were to go off next to you, you'd have a 50-50 chance of being killed.
Oh yeah.
So, a d6 of damage is a lethal attack.
That has a 50% chance of killing Pom Pom.
Yes.
Yep.
Actually, since it's more than that. It's a 4/6 chance of killing Pom Pom. 3 hit points.
2/3. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, a d6. These are dangerous bombs.
Oh yeah.
A d6 of damage is no laughing matter. Also, blind is a very crippling condition that basically means you can't make attacks.
Yeah.
So no, this is definitely a bomb that could do a lot of damage or, fuck up an enemy, if you used in that way. However, Mama does go on to explain that the ancients used these to fuel their technology. You may be able to find objects throughout the islands that are still functioning that you could slot this crystal into and use it.
Okay.
You may find fans, gliders, and springs in a giant pachinko machine on a deserted island that you
Maybe.
Before it was they're zonite crystals that we can use to power ancient machines. At first I was like, if they do 1d6 damage and do blinding, that would be good for our plan of going back to steal the monkey coconut, but it might be more useful if we don't use it as a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be really nice to see what technology we want with them.
Yeah, I at least want to find something compatible with it because it sounds like a fun thing to explore.
I'm also realizing I really need to fucking draw those pictures you asked me.
Yeah, I mean, I would appreciate it if you could. I've looked and I can't find anything that matches the description. So unless I just use like generic, Native American painting or something.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it. Don't you worry.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Mama Fortuna will then sort of hand the stone back over, and she'll say, if you want to know more about these, you might want to talk to the lighthouse keeper.
Oh, is the lighthouse powered by one of these?
No, but I know that Pharos the Brilliant, she says his title with a dripping sarcasm. Pharos the Brilliant, he has a stone like this, and I know he has been studying the islands for quite some time. I don't know if he knows anything about the ancients, but he might be worth asking.
One more stop on our stop list.
First.
Good lead.
Oh wait, that's not. That work. Yes.
I was about to say you sounded too normal for a second to be responding in character. Not enough caveman in there.
Exactly. You gotta get that unga bunga shit on.
Grug ride wife. Grug kill wife. Grug sad.
Wife gone, life bad.
Regret.
Regret.
Ride new wife.
Alright.
Mama.
So where are we
Okay.
going?
So yes. Have you anything else to talk about with Mama?
It occurs to me, Mama Fortuna, that I passed on having a tarot card reading when I was first here. I have an appointment with the governor soon, and trade's been good. Let's see what my fortune has for me. Humor me, if you will.
Of course. Fortune telling. 1 gold. Holds out her hand.
There you are.
Should take the gold piece. Very well. Let us begin. She begins shuffling cards. Now, you want to know about your meeting with the governor, yes?
Yes, we found a ship that could be quite lucrative salvage.
She begins dealing out cards. Unfortunate. I'm sorry, Mr. Goodman. Seems that the cards think you should not trust Red Roger Rathbone. See here. This represents cruel leader, wicked man, distrustful, dishonest. We must be cautious if you are to deal with this man. He is king among pirates.
I am king among pirates.
Soon. Not yet.
No. I'm king. King name.
And we're pirates. King among pirates.
Yes. What I mean to say is that this man does not hold his position from the love of his people, but by the strength of an iron fist. He is a cruel man, and he will cheat you if he can. Be cautious. Dealing.
That's the important part to me. Okay. I wonder, would it be more prudent of us to try and sell the ship to an upstart, maybe in the bar? See if there's any up-and-comer pirates who'd be in need of a ship. Somewhere near the tavern, maybe.
Doesn't hurt to try.
That is certainly something you could attempt to do. Go and sell it try and find someone else to buy it at the Salty Siren. Although they may have someone drunk at the tavern might have difficulty pulling together 2,000-3,000 gold pieces. But
Yeah.
it's possible.
I am brave enough to admit that I'm not the most charismatic man. And he gulps a little, thinking about this meeting with the governor.
Captain!
Guys, I'm back. I hope to God that I'm not too fucking late.
Captain,
No,
you
just
got
in
here
time.
just the right time.
Yes, we declare.
Captain!
We declared that you had a flu, and therefore had left Sir Davy Goodman in charge as acting captain. But I suppose Sarko Two Legs comes wobbling up.
Also, we have a bomb.
1 second, guys. I need to disengage from a conversation about my mom's place. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
The captain caught wind of us, like...
Planning
the captain
alternate
heard that
routes.
we were planning alternate routes, like Sarko Two Legs just like sitting up stiff as a board from like bed rest, and is just like, I have the feeling those fuckers are about to not get the gold required for my ship.
My peg leg's hurting. That means the money's losing.
My good second leg is aching a bit.
Yes.
Wow, what are we gonna do with a bomb, guys?
Hopefully power ancient artifacts with it, but if not, blowing up some monkeys would be fun.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we can find an ancient artifact that it powers that blows up monkeys.
Yeah, there you go.
Perhaps.
Maybe we should ask Mama if such a thing exists, if the cards believe in us.
Hey, do you want to know what happened?
All right.
What?
The last time I saw the fucking time, it said 10 o'clock because I was in Kentucky. I'm in Indiana now.
Oh.
Sorry, it said 11 o'clock last time, but now I'm in fucking Indiana.
That would do it.
Goodness. Yeah, that makes sense.
I see.
Yeah, and I didn't check my phone because I was having fun conversations with my mom. Oh no.
I get it.
Okay. At least I'm here. At least I didn't entirely sync the session for this whole thing.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So
A bit late,
I'm-
a bit late, but now you can help us with it. We haven't sold the ship yet. We've just asked about the gem.
Yeah.
I need to
and the
get
gem,
to the restaurant real fast. So I'll be good to go in a second.
Okay.
Got you.
Thumbs up.
I guess I will also go to the bathroom, and we'll just take 5. Be right back.
Yeah, I'll go fill up my water then because I have been being nice to my kidneys.
Dehydrate. I'm gonna take the opportunity.
A few moments later.
So what's the party up to right now?
Lux, are you present?
Does not seem like it.
I can
Yeah.
fill in time while they're doing that.
That's all right.
Yeah, we can
yeah,
recap.
Yeah, so let's go ahead
Yeah.
and recap. So Captain comes staggering up to the beach, having changed his mind about leaving Davy Goodman in charge, apparently. And
Davey, it was all a test, and you passed it. You did a great job.
I'm gonna let the players recap what you have learned from Mama Fortuna.
Okay, tell me what's happened. Lay it on me. I say one eye winking and then the other.
Shiny gem is bomb.
It's a bomb.
It's bomb. Go boom.
And also a power source.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let me think. Okay, great. So when you
For
said
ancient.
power source, what?
Ancient machine.
Okay. Okay, so what happens if you put it in a cannon and shoot it at somebody's ship?
Well, we got a lead of apparently some genius that operates the lighthouse here. They could tell us more about what kind of devices this thing can hold.
Okay, well that's great.
King gas cannon. Go boom.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go talk to our friend, the fucking charlatan who runs the fucking oddity shop. Fuck. He's almost as good as I am at my fucking shtick. Anyways, I'm going to fucking ask him if he has any very valuable safes to put that thing in, just so that it doesn't dink on anything and kill us.
Yes.
Very smart.
Mama Fortuna did give a detailed description of what happens if you crack one, which I have translated to the game mechanics you can see in the Foundry window. When shattered, a power crystal releases a flash of yellow-green electricity, dealing 1d6 damage in a 10-foot radius and blinding anyone within 30 feet for 1d4 rounds. Save versus wands to resist each effect.
Wait, how much? How many d6s?
1d6.
Just one. That's a
Okay.
lot of damage, though. This is OSE.
Yeah, that's still spooky as fuck.
Yeah, that's still
Oh,
like
yeah.
It's
like
got a-
2/3 chance of killing Pom Pom outright. 50
I made
still
a
love
joke
chance
that
of
King
killing
slept
King.
with it under his. King
still
slept
wanna-
with it under his pillow, and there was like we were just like, oh, that was a really bad idea, actually. I have 4 hit points.
I want to put it in a safe so that if we get hit by a fucking cannonball and fucking it runs a 100 and D100, we don't all die. So, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, and you'll be really happy about this. I paid Mama Fortuna 50 gold for that information.
That's worth it. It's a little bit maybe over, but I'm happy that you donated your money to our certainty. Pats them on the head. The shoulder.
Goodman did start negotiating with offering 30, and then Fortuna walked them up to 50. Well, she counter-offered with 50, and he accepted.
Hear me out.
If you were here, you'd probably got it to like 40, but you know.
Hear me out. I'm gonna be friends with the sea hag, because you make good with them so that when you ask them to curse somebody, they're like, "Oh, sure, darling."
We also,
because I know that was definitely intentional. What else are we up to?
we also got a tarot reading about the upcoming appointment with the governor to sell the ship, and Mama Fortuna affirmed our suspicions that the governor is a bastard man who will screw us over during the deal.
Hey, Cabe, on that thing I put past you, is that a yay or a nay on that?
You won't know until you lay eyes upon him.
Great, okay. Anyways, guys, you know what? I can't wait. Okay, guys, here's what we're gonna do in preparation for a talk with the governor. He's obviously a bastard. He's probably the stinkiest bastard we ever met. So we're gonna schmooze him up. I'm gonna go we're gonna go buy some high quality booze, like some best rum we can get in town, for a time with him. And you know what? I'm gonna go get some good food too from the place. Ask him to give me the best shit. Offer that to have him there. You know, they may try to make him sure that we're giving some respect. Even if he hard knows us and all this, we still want to be on his good side. So I'm gonna go buy that booze and shit, okay? And get ready to really brown nose myself on them. Hey, what's your name? I don't say that in character. Goodman, you're gonna go to my good friend and at the fucking pawn shop and get us a fucking safe, okay? Try to talk.
My name for a second there.
Never, Goodman. I'm not. It's not like I've only had you on the crew for a few days, and I have to remember like 12 guys.
I've been serving on the Gilded Goose for 2 months.
Pulls up his arm, sees there's no watch there, pulls up the other one. Like, I sold that. Sorry. I'm gonna be honest, Goodman.
You do know.
I'm sorry.
You haven't lost track of what time is, right?
I sold my watch a little while ago so that I could get one of those fucking ballistas on there. So yeah, it's a ballista, right? Or is it a cannon?
A ballista. Cannons do exist. They're more expensive.
Yeah. I paid for one of the ballistas by selling my very expensive watch. So honestly, I kind of just stare at the sun for 2 seconds and say, "Yep, it's midday." Anyways,
Don't look at sun. Sun hurt eye.
I know, but I don't do it very long, and my eyesight's kind of shit already. But anyway,
that's why he has the iPad.
It's why I use a mace instead of a pistol. Anyways, but Goodman, I'm sorry if I ever forget it again. Correct me. I'm gonna go ahead and go buy all the junk. Goodman, you get the safe. King, stare very closely at that bomb and make sure you don't break it. And I can don't know what pom-pom's off to, but they're probably doing clown things. You know, Goodman, did I ever tell you the reason why I hired her?
I've been wondering that.
Oh, yeah, okay, because this can be a very stressful job sometimes. And everybody needs a bit of a clown in their life.
Ships need a bit of fun.
Combat
the scurvy and the constant assaults from raiding parties.
When Job Goody over there got his fucking arm ripped off by a shark or something, you have to have something to lighten the mood, right?
A levity piece.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Most people be like, "Yo, Sarko, did you really spend money hiring somebody onto your crew just to lighten the mood?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course. Plus, they could stab people." And so, you know.
And Pom Pom bring mirror. Important
Exactly.
tool.
You see, they paid for themselves already, okay? And that's great for them. I think that they're a great asset. Anybody else would have said I'm crazy, but you know what I always say? It's about making a story. Anyways, I'm gonna go buy some booze. Y'all have fun.
Okay.
Anyways.
Alright.
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 Cabe, you delegate this?
Right. So, so you're planning on buying, like, sufficient booze and quality food to like, entertain the captain for a meal?
Yeah.
The governor.
Yeah, the governor. I'm gonna say that's gonna cost you 10 gold pieces, because that's like a day of aristocratic lifestyle. So
Yeah.
Saying that to buy you dinner for yourself and the governor sounds appropriate.
Make it 15.
15. All right. You buy a big buck.
Yeah, no, we're getting the best shit I can get in town. I wanted this guy to know that I fucking spent a lot. I want him to look at this and be like, "Oh man, this guy didn't cheap out." Like, I want there to be no illusion that I am making a point of trying to make his time with me as good as possible.
All right. So you head over to the Salty Siren, which is like the tavern.
Can you mark that off? Can you mark that off of my sheet too? I can't really touch it from Indiana.
I marked it off of the ship's
Okay.
Treasure, because you
You're
put all
right.
your money in the ship.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
All right. So Captain Sarko goes to see Swain Gibbons at the Sultry Siren, and you're taking care of that. Meanwhile, Goodman, you're going over to see Armando at the Curio Emporium. King, Pom Pom, are you going with? Are you going with Goodman,
Yes.
or with the captain, or are you going to go off elsewhere?
King go with captain.
All right.
Thank you for keeping me safe. I'd hate to get jumped by random hooligans in the street and not have somebody to help me stab them.
King will stab with new trident.
And I need
Good.
Pom Pom to distract Armando with their silly wiles.
All right. All right. So Goodman, are you just going to go and buy a safe, or are you going to? Well, you know what? You're not gonna get into a conversation with Armando without him hawking something at you. So, we'll play this out. Goodman, Mullery's going to stand outside by the door. Pom Pom and Goodman make their way into the Curio Emporium, where Armando waits. Let me pull up his art. We're here for the recording. Alright. Ah, customers, welcome to the Curio Emporium. I am Armando. What can I do for you? We have oddities and treasures beyond belief.
Sarko Two Legs has warned me about you.
Warned? I know not what you would imply. Sarko Two Legs has been a very good customer of mine, and I have nothing but respect for the good captain.
My captain has instructed me to buy a safe, and I shan't be here for a moment longer.
Well, a safe, you say? Well, I can certainly provide that. He goes over and says, what are we looking to keep safe in this safe? Is it, how large are we talking? The sort of size measurements you need? Just an ordinary wall safe would do?
Yes, a wall safe or a foot locker would do, but it needs to be very, I would say, reinforced. Or something that might be a little volatile.
I see. Well, I don't think a footlocker would quite do it then, but I do have this wall safe here. I was going to install it myself, but I suppose for the right price I could be convinced to sell it. I just had this imported from the capital, one of the greatest lock makers in the on the mainland, on the continent. Crafted this by hand.
Motherfucker.
And I was going to keep my own valuables in it, upgrade over my old safe, but I do so respect Captain Sako Two Legs. I think I could trade it. I could trade. Now, what do you have? Do you have coin, or are you looking to trade something?
I have coin. I have,
Splendid. Shall we say, 60 coin, then? 60 gold.
55 gold.
Oh, no.
Done.
Oh dear.
What? Sorry, I was AFK for a bit. Someone in my household has a broken leg, and when I got up to get water, I had to help with some things. What's been happening?
We're trying to buy a safe, and Armando is fleecing us.
I love getting.
When I hear that they spent 55 on that safe, I'm going to be like, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, God.
Alright, so the 63 gold, you just spent 55. There is now 8 gold left in the ship's funds.
Oh, God.
Also a 700 gold piece cabochon that you haven't sold yet, but alright, Armando will give you a safe. I'm gonna add a container to the Gilded Goose. This is a reinforced wall safe. Weight is, I'll say, 100 coins. Cost, that was worth 50, so he only overpaid a little bit.
Oh, damn. Okay, so we didn't get actually screwed. Okay.
Just a teensy bit screwed.
Yeah.
I decided that there's rules in the player's tome for building structural features. So like if you want to design your own castle, there's like, this is how much it costs to build a stone stairwell or a shifting wall or this much tiled flooring. And one of the things in there is an iron door costs 50. So I was like, that sounds like a fair price for the safe then.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that's in a thing that's nice and safe and hard to get into, because I'm sure that thing is worth more than my ship.
Mm-hmm.
Is it ready?
Oh, it's made by the finest craftsmen in the capital, so
Yeah.
there's nothing to worry.
Cave, is it worth as much as the ship?
What, your
The power gem?
The power gem?
it's sort of priceless insofar as like
Its utility.
they were made by the ancients and they are consumable ancient batteries and
That's why I posted the Zelda meme in the chat.
Assuming I don't want people to know that I have that, and if they do know they have that, I don't want the $50 to keep it safe is probably worth it.
Yeah. It's sort of a thing in that it's priceless insofar as they're rare and unique, and no one's making more of them, and no one knows how to recharge them. But they're also worthless if you don't have anything to plug them into, because in terms of being a bomb, it's only marginally better than a black powder grenade.
Realistically,
it's actually less damaging. It's mostly just it's a flashbang.
So you would say it's worth a lot to the right person.
Yes, it's sort of priceless to the person who needs it. If you have something really cool that needs these power gems to function, then, it's worth whatever that really cool thing is.
Yeah, okay.
Effectively.
Okay. Well, with that out of the way, I think I'm gonna get a drink real fast, but then after that, do we want to move on to our nice meeting, or do you got anything else planned before we?
Oh yes, I
Talk
do.
to him before.
I do have something for you to. Something's going to happen when you go to the salty siren.
Okay, give me a moment. I'll be back in like half a second.
Okay.
Okay. Also, I wanted to get Goodman horribly into debt. In that section. Well, Armando, Sarko may have been wrong about you. You seem like a fine, up-and-up gentleman. Oh, my word, look at these hats.
Ah, you have a good eye there, Miss Sir. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Davy Goodman. Sir Davy Goodman.
Sir Davy Goodman. Ah, yes. You have quite an eye. If you're interested in hats, though, I have, now these tricorns, they're all fine. Fine hats. Very good. You'd look quite handsome in one, I'm sure. But, I do have something much rarer, if you'd like to see it.
I would.
He goes to the back of the shop and then pulls out a hat box and then opens the hat box lid and he pulls out this red fez. And he said, it's very handsome looking. And he says, this hat is no ordinary fez. No, this was once owned by a great legendary sorcerer. Now, you were to wear this, it would be inspiring. You would be commanding the might and majesty of one of the greatest sorcerers who ever lived. I could let it go for the right price. It would look very, very dashing on your head, Sir Davy Goodman. I could let it go for you, as a friend, 25 gold.
Oh, that's enticing. May I try it?
Be very gentle. It is an antique.
Goodman puts it on and then strikes a pose. What do you think, Mulroy?
Very handsome.
Best side of me?
Very handsome, sir. You look quite dashing. Quite aristocratic, even.
That's perfect. I mean, we need to look our best for our meeting with the governor, don't we?
Of course, sir. Yes. And Armando says,
All right, you have yourself a deal, Armando. Of course, I have gold, but it's on the ship, and it's in. My captain has it, but you and Sarko, you're friends, right? You know he has a good line of credit. He'll pay you eventually.
You know I do like your captain, but I was not born yesterday. We are in a pirate port, no doubt. I don't make a habit of giving out credit to pirates. If you have some collateral, perhaps, I could hold on to. You there, Deeves?
Yeah, I'm just looking through my inventory. I don't have anything.
Thinking about the collateral.
Yeah. We already sold the squawk box, right? We already spent all the gold from the squawk box?
The safe and how much of my money have I gone through?
You have the ship has 8 gold pieces left.
Wait, did y'all use the money?
Okay.
You wanted to pay Mama Fortuna 550 gold pieces to
That's
tell
fine.
us about the rod.
Yes.
And then I spent 55 on the thing. Then I bought the sail. Yeah, no, I'm fucked. Yeah, no.
Now,
I've
you
been
do have
placed on
seven.
the
You
full
still have that
operation.
700 gold piece cabochon that you could sell, but yes.
Well, I'll do that in a bit because
Yeah,
I need
okay.
liquid assets, but we're gonna sell the ship here anyways, so that'll be a good amount of money.
Okay, I'm going to, all right, here, how about this? Here is my, royal officer's, rapier. Very fine. They don't just give these out to anybody, you know. You can take my sword for collateral. and we will sell some of our goods, and I'll come back very soon.
Very well. I'll hold your sword as collateral. Come back with 25 gold pieces. And I'll return your sword.
I am going to chew you out so much for trying to win that for a fancy hat. You don't understand.
Inman does a giddy little clap as they leave.
You do look quite handsome, sir. All right.
Oh, this is so comical.
All right.
Wonderful.
So meanwhile, Sarko,
Huh?
Captain,
Mhm.
you're making your way over to the sultry siren in order to.
I thought you were gonna say salty Splatoon for a second.
Splatoon.
I suspect that the name might be a reference to that. It's like got the same sort of alliteration going on.
Welcome to the Sultry Siren. How tough are you?
Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
you've seen the art for the bartender.
Oh yeah.
I
How
mean,
tough are you? I got 7 hit points.
that's show, and I'm level 1. Come right in, sir.
Well, go.
Mhm. I'm
Oh,
surprised that Pom Pom was able to get in and they didn't send her to Weenie Hut Juniors.
They
She's got a
they have to,
17 strength.
Okay.
Sorry,
so,
13 strength. Still.
Not that
Yeah, I'm
strong.
the one that's 17.
That's above average. You're above average.
Buff clown.
All right.
Anyways.
So as you enter into the sultry siren, and you're looking for the bartender to buy a couple of fancy tell him to break out the good alcohol and some fresh food for your planned dinner date with the governor. But as you're looking over the crowd, you notice there's a bunch of characters in here. With various pirates and other sorts of people that you might want to hire onto your crew at some point in the future. But among them, you notice one individual that catches your eye. You glimpse right over it as he looks like a generic, handsome young pirate, but you then realize with a dawning moment of certainty that man is wearing not just a similar, but the very same hat and sword that you left with the body of Tom.
I'm going to go up to him and be like, "Hey, do you have a moment to talk?"
He smiles at you. He's a very handsome-looking young pirate man with a very well maintained mustache, and he smiles at you as you say that. And he holds out his hand. He says, "Of course, pleasure to talk to you, Sean Steele."
Sean Steele, wonderful. He shakes his hand. So I see you. Last time I saw you, you were a bit worse for wear. I'm glad to see that you seem to have gotten onto your feet.
Yes. Freedom has never tasted so good. You see that there's a plate of food in front of him, half eaten, and a tankard of mead. He says, but I gotta thank you. You really put me on the right path, Captain. But I am still going to need work. Freedom isn't free.
Oof. I'm going to be honest. I pick you up, but I don't want to undermine the trust of my crew, if that makes sense. But if you I'll tell you this much, okay? If you do get yourself in a solid place at any point, and you do need to call in somebody like me, I'd be more than happy to work. Consider me a contact in the future, okay?
Of course, Captain. I don't know how long I'll be in Port Fortune. I'm probably going to sign up on the first ship that'll have me, but I'll keep you in mind if I ever need another favor in the future. And if you ever need another sword, come looking for Sean Steele.
With a name like that, I know you'll be a wonderful swordsman. But I need to go get buy some booze and some food for schmoozing up the governor. I'm gonna be selling him a ship we found beached, and yeah.
Oh.
God, I haven't had to like bump elbows with upper crust people in a while, so hopefully this will be fun, right?
I should let you know, Captain. I'm not just a sword.
Oh,
I was brief touch with the with death. I have a few more tricks. If you ever need a charming individual, let me know.
okay.
He explains that he is now a first level bard.
I wince.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay, now that's more. Okay, now that's more interesting. I'm very happy to hear this.
As a first
Okay.
level bard, he is capable of using enchantment to charm, to fascinate people.
Tom became Music Man.
Allow me to explain it this way, my friend. I might actually have a need for your services in the future. I'm currently a bit overstretched on the specialized members of the crew, but now I think I might find some work for you in the future if you're still in town.
He nods. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to I'll be playing music here in the siren to pay my bills until I find a better offer.
I'm just surprised that a brush with death like that made you a bit better for wear, honestly. But I guess you can write a song about it, eh?
Aye.
All right, I'm gonna go buy my booze, but good luck, okay?
He nods, and he's gonna go finish his meal for his next set of playing music.
If I get enough money, get another guy on the fucking crew, I might grab him at some point. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead up to the thing and I guess go and ask him. So hey, I need your most expensive booze you have, the nicest shit, and I'm willing to pay 15 gold for it. What
Yep.
can I get?
You he sets you up with some very fine wine and fresh pork and everything that you
Okay.
need for very
Perfect
fine
dinner.
for a very fine meal.
Does he get me some like Haitian artesian pineapple wine or something?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You can taste the sun on the ocean. Yeah. All right. Then I'll get that, and I'll have the crew like spiff up the boat, tell them the governor's gonna be here. I don't want to see a single barnacle on this thing. Spotless.
All right. The crew will follow orders. Meanwhile, who's going to give the invitation to the governor? How are you going about that?
Mr. Goodman. I'd tell Mr. Goodman to do it, but can I play out seeing him with his fucking fez?
Yeah, so Goodman comes up the road with a broad smile on his face with the stupidest fucking fez you ever seen in your entire life.
Wait a minute, is that the
Okay.
fucking fez? Did Armando
Captain
talk
Sarko.
you into buying that fez?
Well, I talked with Armando. I got us a safe, and yeah, I think I swindled him pretty good.
Okay, now first question: Did you spend that money? Did you spend my money on that fez?
Well, I mean,
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to sell the cabochon, and if you want to keep that fez, it is going to come out of your shares, and it can be yours, but I am not paying for a fashion statement.
I kind of told him you'd be paying for a fashion statement.
Well, guess
Yeah,
what? You're
kinda did.
Great. I don't care. You'll pay for it.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna take Vashon, and I'm gonna go get that sorted tomorrow. Everyone can get their share, and if you really want that fez, you can sort that out. In future, though, I'm not mad about the safe. How much did you pay for it?
I'm not mad. Now, actually tell me how much you spent.
I haggled him down from 60 gold to 55 gold.
Okay,
I
it's
think I did pretty
Armando. Okay, it's Armando. The thing's probably worth like 40, so that's pretty good. I'm fine with that. Good job on that. And if you're going to pay for the fez yourself, I'm not mad about that. But in the future, if you're buying something for me and you want to get a second item, talk to me first. You can leave the shop, grab me, and bring me there.
But Armando was so persuasive.
Yes, he is. That's when you say, allow me to go get the captain. It's simple. I need to talk to my superior officer. I don't want to get keel-hauled. That is the simple way you say it to him. And when he tries to smooth you, you say, I'm going to go talk to my superior officer now. I bet he'll love. That's what you say.
You just have to pretend like the guards are asking you to be locked up, and you keep saying that you won't say anything without your attorney present.
Yes, that he's yes. Yeah, Pom, thank you, very smart.
Pom Pom makes a little squeaky noise.
God, fuck. This is why we hired the plan.
I'm sorry. With all due respect, Captain Sarko, I think the governor is going to be wowed by the feds. I think the feds is going to save the whole thing, to be honest.
You know what? If you think the feds is going to save everything, okay. If the feds saves it, I'll fucking pay for it. If it doesn't, you pay for it. And this is me. This is me gambling down. This is me negotiating down. Okay, if it saves this deal with the governor, and if he says, "Damn, that fez made me want to pay an extra 100 gold," I'll fucking do it. No, an extra 120, it's 125. Yeah, then I'll be like, sure, yeah, fez, fine, okay. But unless that happens, you're paying for it, okay?
We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
Just as quietly as he goes back to the ship.
1 second, you're not leaving yet. Here's this letter that I wrote for the governor. Go up there and inform them that you have a letter and that it involves business involving the ship that we just brought in, and that we are looking to make a deal. And just go up to the place there and tell them that, and get it to somebody that can get it to the man's office. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I trust you to do. No offense. Pom. I love the aesthetic. I don't think it'd be I don't think that a clown would be the best look for that. With all due respect, I feel like you're better in moments of levity. And King, I trust you in many things, which is why I'm not giving you this. I think your skills are best done elsewhere. But Goodman, I think this is your type of work. Okay?
I want to let you down, sir.
Okay, I pat him on the shoulder. Now get on out of here and get that up there. You'll do a great job.
Friend Goodman.
And then the little tassel on the sled just flips around left and right as he's going up the hill.
Hello? Sorry.
Hello? No, you're good.
Sorry, I was trying to speak and I didn't say anything, so I had to rejoin in Viamboon. I just wanted to say that Pom Pom honks her nose and frowns.
Oh.
Pom Pom.
That's all I wanted to say.
Pom Pom.
And before Goodman walks off, I think King is gonna say, "Friend Goodman, hat make look sillier than clown."
Okay, Pom Pom. Here's the thing. I want you to get a read on the. Okay, if I think that the governor likes clowns, we'll have you do a performance in a bit for him just to keep him entertained. If not, he has terrible taste, but I want you to know that you should be prepared to do something. Okay.
Pom Pom, instead of sulking, then again perks up and makes happy squeaking noises.
So go ahead and get yourself ready for a performance. Take all the time you need to get it nice and ready to go. Juggling, whatever the fuck you want to do, go for it, fam. I believe in you, but just don't do any jokes that would insult the man. We're trying to brown nose him. Got it?
All right, I'm sorry. These emotional squeaking noises, they sound like they're coming from your body, from inside your body. What is happening?
Don't you know when you Pom Pom thinks that when you become a clown, you get your special squeaking ability? Don't you know?
I think I can make a squeaky noise too sometimes, but it's when I get out of bed and I don't want to stand up.
Pom Pom was born with Pom Pom often says that Pom Pom was born to be a clown because on account of Pom Pom's special squeaking organ.
Don't you know there's 4 races? There's human, elf, dwarf, and clown.
Kobold. Hey.
And King.
Yes.
Pom Pom is going to go and sharpen Pom Pom's daggers.
Go, yeah, go for that. Amazing feats of daring and physical, dexterity, all that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that the crew don't half-ass cleaning the fucking boat. I usually don't haggle them, but today I'm gonna make sure this place looks good. Okay? And I'll even do some of the work myself. I'm gonna go ahead and get over there and start doing that.
All right. So some of you go and return to the ship.
How good I look, but like I'll be doing some stuff so that it doesn't look like I am a fucking lazy bastard telling him what to do.
Alright. Goodman and Mulroy make their way up towards Fort Albatross on the hill overlooking the town. Imposing walls loom over the town. As you approach, you see that there are pirates, you wouldn't necessarily know this, but former members of the crew of the ship, the Albatross, man the walls at any one time. 10 different pirates, crossbows, keep watch from the towers. A couple of pirates call down as Goodman and Mulroy approach. Alright, who goes there?
Yes, hello. It is the crew of the Golden Goose, or the Gilded Goose, on behalf of Captain Sarko. We wish to treat with the governor.
They look down. It says, alright, we'll send someone down. Moment later, the door opens. A couple of pirates come out. They, you want to talk to the governor?
Yes, you, in fact, we are here to inquire if the governor would like to purchase a boat. You can probably see it from this hill here, in the bay.
You can.
Quite a remarkable bit of salvage, that.
Yeah, you can see from here, this elevated position. You can see out into the bay. You can see the Gilded Goose, any other ships, and specifically, you can see the Stalwart nearby. Goose skeleton on it. The captain might be the governor might be interested. He can take you inside. You can talk to him. I'm gonna have to take your weapons.
Oh, no. We were more thinking that the governor would come onto our boat and treat with us.
I'll let him know.
Oh,
Do you give him the letter?
Yeah.
I'll give it to the governor. The pirate goes into the fort, and you're left there with the one guard for a while. Eventually he returns. The captain says he would be honored to join Captain Sarko for dinner. He and the crew will be over shortly.
Well, splendid. Okay, now be honest. Did the Fez make this work? Did it make me more of a charismatic person when I came up here with the Fez? Because, like, I'm getting a lot of bad feedback about the Fez, but I think it saved this conversation.
I don't know if I would say that it saved the conversation, but you do certainly look like a noble git with it.
Thank you. All right. Finally, someone who, thank you. I really needed that today. And then Goodman starts heading back to the ship.
We need to get more people to lie to Goodman that the Fez was a good idea, so he never takes it off.
All right. So yeah, you return to the ship, and I guess I'm gonna snap the map up. Move the crew off of the around. You've set up like a dinner here on the deck of the Gilded Goose, shortly after Goodman returns, you see a rowboat approaching. On board, you see a man in a red coat and bunch of pirates. The governor and his guard.
well,
The crew, or their boat pulls up alongside you. Your crew throws down a ladder. Pirates sort of come onto the ship, and one of the last ones up is this man, the governor, Red Roger Rathbone.
can you post a screen?
Yes.
Or can somebody stream it for me?
Oh, you can't see?
Wait, is it?
I hold on. I'll put it in the.
I'm at home on my phone right now.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
If someone can, hold
I
on.
can take a screenshot. Hold on.
Here, I'll put it
Okay.
in Discord.
oh, that's great.
Why can't you copy and paste on Foundry?
No, I got it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. This guy is definitely an old ass pirate that's been in it for a while.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So as As he climbs up onto the Gilded Goose, you see this man, Red Roger Rathbone, pirate governor of Port Fortune. He has a rotten smile and a muscular frame underneath a thick layer of fat. He's got this bushy red beard woven with bits of jewelry. You would not mistake him as anyone other than Red Roger with his fiery red hair. He walks with a swaggering gait, and he has a face of a man who's been in quite a few fights in his life. But though he looks jolly enough, jovial even, to most of the people here, Sarko, that's a face you would not forget. He was a lot younger when last you saw him. You were a lot younger then, too. But you recognize this man.
Oh boy. Well, and I let him introduce. Well, heck, I'll give him a moment to introduce himself or say something he wants to.
He steps out.
To the Gilded Goose, sir. It is an honor to have you. Oh.
No, he steps out and looks around and says, "A very fine ship you have here, this Gilded Goose. Reminds me of my albatross. God rest her soul. Who here is the captain?"
Quick spit on to establish dominance.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, it you.
Well, I'm gonna be quiet and let him. Is he allowing me to talk now?
Yeah, no, he's like, who's the captain?
That would be me, sir. Sarko. Although people call me Sarko Two Legs on account of and then I'll knock on the peg leg.
As you step forward, he'll offer to shake your hand.
I'll come in to shake his hand.
Governor Rathbone, pleasure to meet you, Captain Two Legs. You can tell that though you recognize him, he does not recognize you.
I'll say, the honor is all mine, sir. It's just an absolute pleasure to have somebody with your reputation on my ship.
So, I understand from your letter you wanted to sell the Stalwart.
Yes.
How did you end up in?
And I got it seaworthy again.
The Stalwart. I knew the previous captain of that ship. What happened to him?
It was a terrible, terrible situation. I'm sure if you talked to some other people around town, anybody that was near Jade Island probably saw it. It was just stranded. Do you know anything about them transporting circus animals?
Circus animals? Can't say I know anything about that. I don't know where they'd be taking them to. There's no circuses out here.
Well, when we got in there, we found that the entire...
He looks past you at Pom Pom after saying that, and he says, "Or is there?"
You have to understand, contortionists are amazing at getting into the strangest places inside of old ruins, you see. And she's got a decent throwing arm when it comes to knives, so...
Well, far be it from me to question who a captain keeps on their crew. I can tell you back when I've captained the Albatross, we had quite a few colorful characters. I don't think I ever hired a clown, but I have a few that's, well, let's say they had clown-like qualities.
Yeah, proverbial clowns, eh? Well, every ship needs one, right?
Maybe so.
But what happened?
Hello?
And there was blood everywhere. Terrible. The entire crew murdered. Don't know where their bodies went. Well, their bodies were in terrible condition, but ship was fine. So we buried them and got the proper rights and all that, and got the ship back on the ocean.
Well, I'll need to take a closer look at the ship and its condition, but if it is all in good working order, then yes, the port will be happy to purchase it. Assuming we could agree upon a fair price.
Yeah. Would you like to go ahead and eat first before we get into the nitty-gritty? I'd hate to make you come all the way out here before giving you some proper hospitality.
Oh, dinner? Yes, absolutely. What are we having? He'll make his way over to the table, and he makes a very happy expression as he looks over. Oh, roast pork and vegetables. And, what kind of wine is this?
It's a top dollar on it, sir. I hope it is to your taste.
Well, it all looks wonderful. Let's sit and talk, and you'll have to tell me of your adventures at sea.
I'll tell them the story about the monkeys, but make it seem like I had a far more impactful attachment to it than I did, and I'll recount some other shenanigans that definitely happened. All that are definitely true, but clearly a little bit embellished for the sake of entertainment, right? I'll even tell him I'll tell him the made up story about how I lost my leg. I'll tell him that I saw old red, whatever that fucking oversized, fish
red
was, and it'll
eyes.
say, tell him that I got it lost by old red eyes, and at the end I'll be like, actually, I just got it really badly infected by a nail when I was 10. Right at the end, when he's catching on to the bullshit, just as the actual punchline. And just try to be pleasant and good company while he gets to have a nice meal on my dollar.
Sir Goodman comes up from the decks with very fancy wine, and he's got the powdered wig and an extra powdered face, and he's got the fez on, and he's hello, I am Sir Davy Goodman, and I'll be your maitre d' today. Then
goodness.
He comes around, and he's jiggling his head extra to make sure he really gets the full effect of the fez as he comes around. There you are, sir, and he leans really, really low down as he pours the wine, so the fez is like in his vision.
Well,
Really
It's like covering his eye.
Pom Pom's in the background miming the like playing an instrument or something.
As soon as I go through a story and he tells me one, after when there's like a lull in the conversation, or you're like, so
You broke up there, Ireland.
see them do a performance.
Sorry, could you say that again? Like half of that got lost.
Once there's like a lull in the conversation, I'll be like, would you like to? So, I'm not sure how you feel about a bit of theater with your meal, but would you like to see our clown Pom Pom do a performance?
Absolutely. You have truly a wonderful crew here. 2 legs.
Oh, I try to cultivate only the best, sir, and I'm so honored that you say that.
Did you hear that? The fez is saving this thing. It says as the fez obscures the captain's vision as he pours more wine for him.
Oh my god.
Oh, can you do me a favor real fast, Goodman? Can you, go into, the, I give him some absurd order to do that'll keep him busy for, 5 minutes. And I'm like, Sir, he bought that fez, and he told for 25 gold. He told me that if he gets it, it's going to absolutely impress you, and that I should pay for it.
Well, it is quite charming on him.
The worst part is it actually looks good on him, but he wants me to fucking pay for it, and I'm like, you absolute dingus. Which means, the thing is, I told him if it genuinely wows you, I'll fucking pay for it, knowing that it probably wouldn't work, which is why I have to now uphold my end of the deal, much to my day. Are you bedazzled by the fez? What's your opinion on it?
Well, a good captain always keeps his word to his crew, and I have to say, it's quite good look on him.
God damn it. I swear to God.
Goodman mouths, I told you, as he does his ridiculous task.
Oh, man.
He sachets away.
I look him in the eyes for a second and I say, I do always uphold my deals. And I guess I'm gonna have to give him 25 fucking gold now, that bastard. I'd be mad at you if I didn't find this absolutely hilarious.
Funny. It's really funny.
Anyways.
Well,
I guess I'll have to bald over it while Pom Pom does their performance.
yes. Pom Pom, what kind of performance do you perform for the governor?
Lux is BRB.
Oh, Lux is...
But they actually said, if Pom Pom needs to perform, she's gonna do a great juggling show with all her daggers, maybe tightrope walking between this.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. So Pom Pom performs a juggling act, juggling all of their daggers, which quite impresses the pirates. they applaud. Pom Pom also includes some tightrope walking between the tightrope strung up between the masts. We've only got strung up between the masts is a tightrope walk with a 10-foot pole.
On the ocean.
On the ocean.
A boat. That's
on
like,
a boat.
That's impressive.
Damn.
Very
talented.
She is an acrobat.
And I'm sure it's absolutely lovely. I'm sure everyone loves it.
Yeah, lots of applause. Everybody has a great time.
What's King's strength score again?
17.
You know what? After this is all done, I'm going to then go tell King to go try and hoist the heaviest thing on the ship as
Yes!
like another little spectacle to a strongman performance.
Yes! I will.
Right, King.
Gladly.
Yeah, King does like a strongman performance, like lifting the anchor.
Yes!
Tossing it in the air and catching it again.
Yeah.
Rathbone will politely applaud at that. Never seen a kobold with that much muscle before. Where did you find them, Captain?
Where did I find King? You have to tell me.
King came with the clown.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're from the
he
same
came
circus.
with the clown.
Yeah.
Apparently, Pom Pom knew King. I don't know how the fuck their circus handler found that bastard, but I'm utterly stumped on how something that tiny has those kind of muscles.
Very impressive.
Terrifying.
All right.
Imagine if he was human-sized.
My God, he'd be Hercules.
God, I don't even want to think about it. But, yeah.
I am back, sorry.
Welcome back. Your
Uh,
tightrope walking performance went well, actually.
Yay!
He adored it. He ate it up.
Yeah.
Well, how about we go ahead and row over to the ship, okay? We can make... are you satisfied with your meal? Like, would you like
Yes.
to go ahead?
I could not eat another bite. Thank you for the wonderful hospitality, Two Legs.
Well, if you're going to grace me with your presence, I should grace you with a good meal.
You understand. You're a wise man and a shrewd businessman, it seems. Let's
In my time doing business, nothing has offended me more than when somebody doesn't make it worth my time to be around.
Let's go take a look at the other ship, the Stalwart. I need to know what kind of condition it's in to make a good faith offer.
Spend as much time inspecting it as you'd like. If you'd like to bring in a carpenter to get a better check of the beams and such, go ahead. Anything you'd like in order to make sure your purchase is as justified as possible.
So he's gonna go and he invites you to row over to the Stalwart with him and his crew of pirates.
About that. When making some small talk, I am going to slip in the phrase that's just me discussing. I'll slip in as like I'll find some way to slip in like a silly complaint about a cinnamon shipment. Does that get anything out of him?
Yes. He gives the proper response. He understands what you mean.
Okay, then I nod a bit, and I trust that he understands that I'll be a decent business person here, in the fact that I'm not gonna screw him on any deals.
You make your way over to the other ship, and he starts going through. He starts, he turns to one of the pirates with him who he indicates was the ship's carpenter on the Albatross, his old ship. And he starts, going and checking the timbers and everything and making sure that the ship is as seaworthy as it appears to be. He comes back and he sort of gives his his used car rundown, and the governor nods and says, "She's solid. She'll sail. She'll need some new ropes and rigging. She's going to need, and she needs refurnished. Everything is torn up and ruined. And of course, and she needs some cleaning. But she is good. I'll give you 2,500.
Okay. How much do I know this ship is probably worth in my head?
A ship this size, brand new, off the manufacturers at, in the capital, off the shipyard, would cost, brand new, the ship would cost 5,000. So he's offering you basically 50% of what this ship would be worth new. Now, it's heavily used, and has been damaged, and, it's
Probably haunted.
It's probably haunted. So, that's driving the price down. But you would be reasonable in pointing out that there is no harbor here. The Port Fortune doesn't have a shipyard that can make a ship like this.
Yeah, so realistically, this is a brand spanking new, not brand spanking new. This is a serviceable hull brought in and you don't have to do any of the overhead getting and sourcing one of these things brought straight to you. That you're going to be, yeah. So I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna mention that because I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to grab him by the balls here. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be honest, sir. That's a good offer, but I was really looking for about 3,500 for this thing. I know it'd be kind of difficult for me to go and sail all the way out to a different harbor, but I really do need about that much to really justify it. I had to spend a lot of work to get this, and I already told you, my crew risked their lives fighting monkeys to get a hold of this thing.
He sort of looks over the ship, runs his hand along the beam, and he says, I was willing to go to 3,000, but I'll tell you what. I gotta tell you a little story. Greatest deal I ever struck. Greatest deal I ever made. You know why I'm governor here? He questions.
I've heard a few.
Well, the truth.
Elf.
The truth is, because I once made a deal with the Mermaid Queen. Shish is her name, or the best pronunciation you can do it with a human mouth. The Mermaid Queen. When people were first settling here, the merfolk, they were hostile. They didn't like pirates. They didn't like people coming and going. I sailed out in the Albatross, and I went to their domain, and I managed to parley with the Mermaid Queen herself. She's a beautiful woman. She has a pet electric eel the size of an elephant. She keeps as a pet. You can
terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying. You can feel, when you're in the water with them, you feel just the tingle of its power, and single word, she could have it snap, stop your heart. I spoke with her, Queen, and I struck a deal with her. In exchange for trifling tribute, every ship that sets sail out of Port Fortune by throwing a single gold piece overboard, a guarantee protection against the merfolk. Guaranteed safe passage in these islands. That secret, or that deal, helped me become governor. Shared arrangement. But something's changed lately. I keep getting reports of folks who paid the toll being attacked by monstrous fishmen from the deep. I don't know if something's happened. Maybe the merfolk have a new queen who's changed their mind, or maybe we've offended her in some way. I don't know. I don't know what's changed, or why these attacks are happening. But it concerns me. If I could, I would sail out there and I would speak with her directly, once again. But I can't leave Port Fortune. I can't leave my responsibilities here. Without me, I fear that the port might devolve into lawless infighting. Every pirate crew wanting to be the new governor of Port Fortune.
I understand entirely, sir. Well, if I might ask you...
You want to know why I'm mentioning all this?
I assume you're looking for a favor in exchange for a better deal?
He nods. I'll pay you the 3,500 you asked for the stalwart. In exchange, I want your word, on your honor, that you will go to Fish Eye Atoll and speak with the Mermaid Queen and find out why these attacks are happening.
Well, allow me to say, the only thing I'm worth is my word. and I'd be willing to do that for you.
He holds out his hand, offering to shake. As he does, holds out his hand, holds out his right hand. His left hand rolls up his sleeve on his right. So he's holding out his right hand and uses his left hand to roll up the sleeve on his right arm. And he shows a tattoo on his wrist, like on his forearm, depicting the claw of a giant crab.
Oh.
I nod.
Crap.
Sir, it's been a pleasure doing business with you, and I will shake his hand.
The contract has been sealed. I'll have the gold sent over to you right away. I'll send crew, he gestures to the pirates, take the stalwart in and start getting her prepped. We'll find
All
her
right.
crew.
Understood. And might I give you a glowing recommendation for an individual who I've had some dealings with. I'm certain that when you run into him, you'll realize that he has a particular set of talents.
Certainly.
Goes by
The ship will need a captain if that's what you're recommending.
I'm not sure. His name's Sean Steele. He's doing bard work in the inn. He's particularly talented. He has a penchant for convincing people to do what he says. You might get some use out of him.
I'll invite him up to the fort for a command performance and make my own judge. But thank you.
He's a person that I've met myself, and he's wooed me with his work, though he assures me that he didn't command me himself. But I hope he.
What was that?
Anyways, I believe. Oh, go ahead.
You broke up there after.
I'm going to say. As for me, though, I believe I'm going to have to go and make an appointment with Armando to get that hat paid for.
Indeed, you will. But let this be a lesson to you. Don't make bets you're not willing to pay.
Well, I was willing to pay it. I was just very certain I wasn't going to have to.
Well, it's good meeting you, Captain Two Legs.
Pleasure meeting you, sir. And I hope you have a wonderful night.
And all right, the governor and his crew will take the stalwart off, and they'll give Two Legs a lift back over to the Gilded Goose. A couple of hours later, some more pirates come out with a chest of gold, which they place on the deck. A chest containing 3,500 gold pieces.
Divide it out.
Yes. So there's 4.5 shares. So that'll be 777 gold per share. 7 silver and 7 copper left over, or each.
7.
So 777.
777.
Yeah.
It's our lucky number. We got the jackpot.
We got the
I'll round that up.
I
I'm
just
not
keep
gonna-
winning.
So for that last gold, nobody's gonna get the one that. So for that 777, just get rid of that, guys. I'm gonna give it to the bastard that we had looking after all the zombies.
Good.
All right.
I'll sell him its hazard pay.
I forgot to add Mulray's experience from the last 378. Then you would have got 89.
Okay, I have to ask. If there's a crew loyalty bar, I hope I've been filling it up.
Yes. Actually, by giving, there is such a concept as loyalty, and giving, bonus rewards to your to hired NPCs will improve their loyalty. I'm not tracking it for the crew right now because they're not likely to be making morale checks unless it's a very dangerous situation. But I will sort of keep that in mind. Anyway, so everyone should be getting 777 gold.
Except for me, I'm getting 752 because I have to buy a fucking fez.
Goodman is in the corner looking so smarmy right now.
I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder and say, "Good job buying that fez. It wooed his ass off. I hope you're very happy.
I am green with envy.
I hope you are entirely satisfied with it. I hope one day I get that good of a hat."
Oh, I am.
And of course,
But
in addition to the gold, you also get the same number of experience points modified by your prime requisite.
Oh,
Shit. Also, how do we handle this? Because I added the money to my character sheet and I'm very over encumbered.
Right. So that is another thing that you'll need to figure out. So you each are given a big, a heavy sack of gold coins. 777 gold coins weighs 777 coins. That's quite a lot. So you'll need to decide what it is you're going to do with those coins. If you keep them in your backpack, well, you can see, King, you're super encumbered at that point. You're down to a movement speed of 10 in combat.
Even though King's strongest kobold.
Yes. Unfortunately, strength doesn't factor into the encumbrance in this system.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a flat value. I do think that's weird, but yeah. So you can absolutely leave it on the ship. Obviously, that runs the potential of thieves, but presumably, as long as your crew is happy, they're not going to,
Might I make a suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody is willing to trust me.
Oh, I'm sorry. You expected us to nod in agreement. That was really rude. Yes, we trust you, Captain.
Okay. Now, I don't mean that as like you guys. I mean that as in if I shouldn't have said that. I have a lockbox available if you guys would like to use it. None of you have to. I will take no offense. Anybody like to use the lockbox as a safe place to keep their money?
Pom will use the lockbox.
Yeah, I'll use the lockbox. That sounds...
At least for a majority of it. Pom thinks it's a good idea to have some pocket change, but majority of Pom's fortune needs a safe place to rest.
Okay. So in that case, let's say each one of us will carry like 30 gold on us for just daily use, and we'll keep the rest of it inside of the lockbox. Everybody, this seemed like not a terrible idea.
Pom squeaks in agreement.
Speak for yourself. I'm gonna blow all of my money on as many minions I can theoretically buy.
If you can pay them.
I only gotta pay them for 1 week. If if we adventure right.
Okay.
If they do their jobs right, I only have to pay them for a week.
Okay. After that's done, how many people do we have on the crew, Cabe?
10 plus 5.
Okay.
I'm currently adding to the Gilded Goose's character sheet under the reinforced safe. I'm adding character specific. I'm adding GP as items, but it's Davy's GP, Molroy's GP, King's GP, and Pom-Pom's GP, so that you can keep them in the safe.
That's wonderful.
But it's, accounted for. And now it's not letting me move things around.
Oh, sorry. Side open.
I don't know. It's not letting me move the inventory. But yeah, so King, if you're going to put... how much of your money are you going to put in the safe?
Probably 700. Let's just go to 77. Simplify it.
All right, King's got 700 gold pieces in the safe.
Ooh, I'm still... No, actually, I think that's about where I was before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that puts
puts
you at an encounter movement speed of 20 feet, which is not terrible.
For me, can you put 742 in the bank?
All right. Let me add a new one for personal. Sarko's GP. And I'm sorry, how much?
742.
42.
Also, I'll put the funny, but yeah, that's 742. Yeah.
Molroy only got half a share, so he got 388. So put his in the safe. Pom-Pom, how much are you putting in the safe? Pom-Pom.
Silly Sally.
Sorry, I was muted. Pom's putting 750 in the safe.
750.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You can make sure you have the rest on your character sheet. And Davey, how much are you putting in the safe for now, or are you keeping it all on you?
I want to get maybe 2 more minions, and then put the rest in the safe.
All right. Well, then you'll need to go and over to the tavern and see if you hire some.
Oh goodness. I've heard that a guy named Sean Steele wants to be hired.
Yes, but he has a command performance at at Fort Albatross tonight.
I know.
All right. The reinforced safe is now quite overflowing with gold now. The ship is at an appreciable percentage of its total cargo in gold. And all right, let's pop view back.
Okay.
All right, night begins to fall. Goodman, you're planning on looking for some people to hire, aren't you?
Goodman is super energized by by how well the Fez did while they were negotiating. Now he thinks he can cajole anybody.
All right. As you enter into the Salty Siren, you can see that there's a lot of no-good pirates here. Any number of no-good pirates, but there are 4 individuals who strike you as men and women of potential. Would be
Hey,
Sean
guys.
Steele, but yes.
I my internet just ate the shit, and I'm on my data now, but probably the router in my mom's place just being terrible. But I should be back for real now.
Okay. So normally there would be a man named Sean Steele here, but he has been given a command performance up at the Albatross tonight. But 4 other individuals strike Sir Davy Goodman as being individuals worth possibly considering hiring. In the back corner, you see a woman, dark complexion, curly hair, with leather armor and a shield, talking to a hawk she has on her wrist. Another individual is using the wrong... His prototype token is using the wrong art. Folder did it go in?
Oh no.
Generic.
Oh, no.
Sources. Nope, that's the same one. Alright. Another man wearing a Royal Marine uniform, now dirty and filthy. A pirate woman, whom everyone is giving a wide breath to, and a halfling woman. Rare sight out here. Obvious, a halfling off distance, or off in the remote corner of the world like this, probably is an interesting individual. Which of these...
Good option. Well, Sir David Gooden's looking over the resumes, and Hawk is definitely, that's a good bullet point. That's solid. So Goodman puts Jan Hawkeye, even the name, puts that one aside for the short list.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I feel like I don't have to worry much about Mug. I mean, he already comes with an outfit already.
Yep. Mug has the advantage of Mug is he has his own musket, with fixed bayonet and leather armor. He's all ready to go.
Yeah, I think I gotta grab Mug because I'm going for an aesthetic.
I completely forgot. Since Mulroy earned like a point of experience, Mulroy actually gets gets to be a fighter now instead of a 0 class normal human. He's no longer level 0. Mulroy is now a level fighter. Go ahead and continue your thinking. I'm just going to update his character sheet while you do that. While you decide who you want to talk to.
Unless anyone else has a real strong pull to another character, I think Jan Hawkeye and Mug are a good combo. What does everyone
I
else
tend
think?
to agree. I honestly, I was primarily thinking, man, I hope you get that fucking bird. So that's my vote, and you already got the bird.
Yeah, I mean that your resume wins out when you got bird on it. That's just a fact.
Forget Fez. You should have a bird with you everywhere, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, we gotta hire you."
That's gonna be the next thing I force the cap.
Having a bird is like the entire reason to be a fucking pirate. You're not. I need to buy a parrot.
I gave you a robot parrot, and then you sold it.
I needed the money, and it doesn't have the same weight of presence as a cockatoo. I need to buy a cockatoo.
All right. So you wanna try talking to Jan?
Yeah.
All right. You see Jan in the back corner. She's sitting at a table by herself, being mysterious and being the mysterious person in the corner. You sit down. Her hawk turns its head to look towards you. She does not. She says, "Hello."
Oh, pretty cool. Oh, hello, Jan. Jan Hawkeye. Now that is just a perfect pirate name. Jan Hawkeye.
Thank you, I suppose. I admit I'm new to being a sailor, but I do need work.
Oh, well, you're in luck. You're in luck. The Gilded Goose is looking for capable people that are capable of keeping it safe on the open seas. We had a very good haul just recently. It's a very good ship.
I did see you coming into port with hauling that second ship behind. It's quite...
I don't want to boast, but we're doing pretty good.
Well, I suppose you're if you're talking to me, you must feel as if my skills could be useful to you. I am a druid.
And she can get us Aqua Summer!
Oh my god, that was the name.
By chance, can you summon sharks? Don't worry. Don't worry, but we'll get.
I could befriend
we'll get to
a
that
shark,
bridge.
but
You can.
can't summon.
Wow. Okay. Goodman is scribbling all sorts of things on her resume.
At least
Okay.
a small shark with more experience. It depends on how many hit dice the shark has, because that's how the spell works. I'm limited in, but like a bull shark, yes. Old Red Eyes, no, not until I'm at least level 4.
Okay, high potential candidate. All right. I'm gonna be honest, Miss Hawkeye. I think you're a perfect fit for our crew. I would love to have you on board. You have the position if you only just say so. And then he extends a hand to shake.
Standard rate. You know that
Of course.
The standard rate is 1 gold piece per day, plus a half share of treasure.
Yes, of course. The ship goes by the standard rate. You'll be very well compensated on our ship.
She'll shake your hand. When do we shove off, Captain?
Are we gonna do the mermaid thing in a couple days? Tomorrow?
I technically haven't told anyone yet. I was planning on doing that actually real soon.
Then
But you
the
would
always the
probably
awesome answer here from your employer: a TBA.
All right. Well, let me know.
All right. As far as things to do, guys, do we want to keep that cabochon or should I go convert it into dollars?
I mean,
The
right now
ruby?
now you're not exactly short of
True.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we keep it in the safe. Any gems that we find, as long as we still have a bunch of physical gold, I think are fine to just keep in their gem form, and then we can always bring them in if we need more gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I'm
also
gonna go
worth-
ahead.
I should also point out that your ship does have a limit to how much it can haul. Your ship's weight limit as a small sailing ship is 10,000 coins worth. Or
Damn.
not
Okay.
worth, but in weight of cargo.
Okay. That's not
so,
much.
So 700 coins of coin is a lot heavier than the gemstone.
Not lighter. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot heavier. Okay. Well then, what I'm going to do is I am going to go over to Ramondo, come morning, pay him off for the hat.
Mm-hmm. Assume you.
I'm going to make a joke to him about he made me fucking pay for it, right? And then I'm going to tell him. Go ahead.
He'll laugh and say that it was worth every coin.
I'm going to tell him the worst part is you were right. Anyways, I want to tell you one more thing. If anybody comes in here selling a parrot, it seems like a good one.
Like a actual parrot, or do you mean another mechanical parrot like the one you sold me?
I have an affinity for parrots, but I think this time I want one in the flesh. Just a nice pet,
Ah.
Something that can sit on my shoulder and, that sort of thing. Really complete the whole pirate aesthetic, you know?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're willing, I'll keep an eye out, and if I see an opportunity to add one to my wares, I'll do so, and I'll let you know.
Please do. I am always looking for things to enhance my aesthetic. But with that said...
Something to enhance your aesthetic. I have just the thing for you, Captain. Something you will absolutely love.
He says the damnedest thing, and now I have to see it, you bastard.
He goes and he says, now this object is something that I wouldn't offer to sell this to just anyone, but a stalwart pirate captain like you it should be in your hands. He pulls up a long weapons chest, box, and then he opens it, and he turns it around, and laying on a bed of velvet is this jewel-encrusted saber. Now this isn't just a beautiful sword, and it is certainly that, but this was used to kill the king of the wind demons, and his soul is now trapped within. I can prove it. He takes the sword out. He takes the sword out of the case, and he whips it. He makes a few, swings with the sword, and with each swing, it makes a whistling sound as it swishes through the air. It is a truly wondrous item, and who knows what powers it may have yet to be unlocked.
Give me a moment, if you'd allow me to handle it for a second.
Of course. He hands it over.
I take it. Oh, is this okay? From what I can deduce from the damn thing, what is it?
As far as you can tell, it is a decent sword. The blade seems fine. The jewels in it are glass. You're not quite sure what's causing the whistling sound, but it is present. But it seems to be more in the construction of the hilt than any sort of magic that you can determine. But it is certainly a functional sword.
Well, Armando, I'm afraid I'll give you 10 gold for it.
10? I wouldn't let it go for anything less than 500.
The gems are made out of glass, sir.
The Armando's signature smile fades. You're too smart for your own good, aren't you?
Yeah.
He sort of gestures with the, all right, give it back.
I hand it back to him.
He puts it back in the case.
Armando, you know what? I'm happy you tried. It's a good story.
A parrot, though. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I have to. Okay, Armando, mask off for a second. I have to ask you. You know how to pull a good con. How the hell haven't you been stabbed?
The governor owes me a favor.
True salesman. Always making deals with the people that matter, right?
Indeed.
Also,
but, you gotta know who to fool.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was pushing it with the sword, but I knew you just had a big payday, and I thought maybe you wouldn't look too close.
Can I ask you one more question? So have you had a cinnamon shipment in recently?
Cinnamon? If you want that, you'll have to go and talk to the innkeeper. I don't really handle food.
Fair. Well, anyways, I will say this much though. I honestly, I'm happy you gave it a go. I think it would. I'd rather you keep this up because it keeps me sharp.
I hope to see you again. I'll have something else wonderful for you next time.
Oh, and hopefully this next time it's real, huh?
Everything in the Curio Emporium of Antiques, Oddities, and Treasures Beyond Belief is 100% guaranteed real.
You know what? You're lucky I respect a good story. You have a wonderful day. And, yeah, I'll call that. I'll do that. And, I guess after that, I'll go ahead and gather up the crew, get everybody here, and, set up the cliffhanger.
Alright.
So,
yeah, let me, pop the view back over to the Gilded Goose. now with your new crew member, Jan Hawkeye, druid, first level druid, joining the party. She currently, her prepared spell is Animal Friendship. She currently has cast Animal Friendship on a half hit die hawk, which she keeps as her pet / companion. She's got a staff, a sling, leather armor, shield, a holy symbol, and sling stones for said sling.
How does Animal Friendship work on a... I'll ask you that after the session. Anyways, I'll ask them to help me with training any wild parrot this fucker finds. The party needs a cute little fucking parrot friend. Anyways, I'm gonna come up and be like, okay guys, so I was given a job from the governor. He's wanting us to do a very peculiar job, but I believe I'll be able to pull it off. But we're going to be talking to the Queen of the Mermaids, everybody.
Mermaid, fish lady, yes?
Yes. I've been told to go there and inquire about why they've been rather dissatisfied with the local crew, with the local goings-on here, and we are going to be sailing there and parlaying with them.
Where fish lady live?
I say the name of the island that I have forgotten.
Fish Eye Atoll. If everyone will pop over to the Salamander Islands, I will show you where Fish Eye Atoll is. According to the governor, the lagoon on Fish Eye Atoll is the home of the merfolk. It is about as far away from Port Fortune as you can get and still be in the Salamander Islands. Takes several days to sail there, at the very least.
Well, so I tell them that. So, say that again?
So far away.
Well, can I see the map? Can somebody post the map at me real
Right.
fast?
Yeah, here, just a sec. I'll take a flagging. So,
Hey, I mean, we can stop by Smuggler's Spit on the way.
oh yeah,
That's what
think
I
that's
was
a good
thinking.
idea.
So, when you already need to go by Smuggler's Spit, guys, and they have who drew that funny little man on the map, you motherfucker?
What?
Pom Pom? I'm
What?
sorry, I'm typecasting you for being a clown. Who drew under Port Fortune right there? Who did that?
Oh, I don't know.
Pom Pom would never deface the map. Pom Pom knows that the map is serious paper. Pom Pom's
Okay.
lawyer tells her the importance of serious paper.
Okay, well, I don't. Somebody did it. I'm not mad. I just want to know. Okay, I actually am mad. I'm lying. Don't do that shit again. Anyways, we're gonna go by Smuggler's Spit, guys. I spent money on this map. Like, I had to sell a very expensive ring from my beloved dead. Or I still get dreams about her, man. Anyways, we're gonna go by Smuggler's Spit, okay? And then I have this funny little metal detector for gold that should speed that up a bit. Then we'll go by Fish Eye Atoll, get that sorted, and we'll go around the various islands on the opposite side just to sort of scan them for any business opportunities. And then we'll go ahead and get back and report back to Red Roger about what we're told. Does that seem okay, guys? Good plan?
All right. So next session, sailing to Smuggler's Spit, then to Fish Eye Atoll, and then assuming everything isn't on fire, maybe do sort of a survey along the coasts as you complete a circle for the return route.
Yeah.
Sounds
fun.
Sounds good. So that'll be the plan. Starting on moving up the calendar, starting on the morning of the 9th. All right.
All right.
And yeah, so that we're at time, so I think that's where we'll end things for today.
Also, I was
but
muted
damn.
for it, but did you guys see? I changed the icon for my attack. It was a speed for this. I don't know how I did it.
I'm glad you did that. I don't know how you did that, but good Good job.
I'm gonna ask a question here.
And great rolling out the one, getting rid of that, rolling out that one with the
Yes.
Yeah.
with the test.
How the hell did we end this perfectly at like barely a minute past end time normally? Like that's pretty slick.
I don't know. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I rolled Mulroy's first level 1 fighter hit die, and Mulroy's got 7 hit points now.
Oh damn!
What the hell?
Nice.
Speaking of hit points, though, I noticed that Pom Pom has over 1200 XP.
King does too.
Actually, that's why that's happening. This instance of Pom Pom is out of date. Okay, I know why it's doing that now. I know how to fix it.
You hear that? We got a rogue pom pom, guys. We gotta put it down. We gotta.
There's two. No,
You understand? It's an evil pom pom.
Yes.
It's a negative version of you.
Okay, so
No.
I know why. So if everyone would please go, I know why things were disappearing from equipment sheets and things. If you will please go to your character sheet that is opened from the actors folder, and make sure that one has the correct experience total, because I realize now that I did not have it set up to make each token link to the actor data. So instead, it was every time I was creating a token, it was creating a duplicate of your character.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
So if you open the character sheet from a token, it was creating an instance of that character from there. And if you modified that, so I will.
I've just been opening mine from the folders, so.
Okay, yeah.
So what you're telling me is that instead of pom pom, we had pom 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 pom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So reaching level 2, the amount of XP required to do that depends on your class. This is sort of a balancing factor in OSE. A paladin. If you're playing a paladin, for instance, paladins are sort of just better fighters, right? Like, a paladin has the same hit die and attack bonus progression as a fighter, but they have extra abilities on top of that. You know, they get lay on hands, they get immunity to disease. Eventually, they pick up turning undead, and eventually they pick up effective cleric levels. They get a magical warhorse. You know, obviously you're reliant on playing a paladin. You have to follow your paladin oath. But as sort of the balancing factor of being fighter plus, you have a slower XP progression, right? So like this for the amount of XP that would get a fighter to level 14, which is as high as OSE goes, you would need 870,000 or 840,000 to max out your level as a fighter. But that would only get you to Paladin level 12, so you'd be like 2 levels behind for the same amount of XP. So you see, XP progression is sort of a balancing factor in that respect. Acrobat and Thief have some of the fastest progression. So at 1200, Pom Pom, you get to be level 2. Let's see. The rest of our party are a cleric. Captain, you will get your level 2 at 1,500 XP.
How much am I at right now?
I do not know.
Oh dear.
Damn. Did I get the payday 2 for the rocks that they pulled in, or no?
Yeah, you'll get that too. So let's see. Well, you had 252 already, plus what it was. So 777 or 777, and then 389.
Damn, I'm at 1,418.
Oh.
All right. Well, one more trip out, and the captain will be level 2. In that case, King, you need 1,800 to level 2. So you're not there yet, but you are close.
Okay.
And Davey needs an even 2,000 hit level 2
Damn.
as a fighter. Okay, so Pom Pom, let's handle your level up right now. So you don't get any change to your THACO or your saves. That won't happen until level 5, but you do get an extra hit die, and your skills will all improve. I'll handle modifying your skills, but for now, hit points. So rules as written, you would just roll your new hit die and add that to your existing hit points. But I want to use a rule that exists in Worlds Without Number, which is a more modern OSR system. I want to use how that system handles rolling hit points because I like it better, to be honest.
Okay.
And in that system, what happens is whenever you level up, you're going to roll you're going to roll all your hit dice, and if the total you rolled is higher than your old total, that total you rolled becomes your new hit point total. And if it's less or equal, then you gain 1 hit point. So you always gain at least 1.
Oh, okay.
So in this case, you're going to roll, instead of rolling a d4 and adding that to the 3 you already have, you're going to roll 2d4, and then that will become your new total. So you roll 2d4, you roll a 6. So
That's pretty good.
Yes. So Silly Sally now has 6 hit points.
Yeah.
And yes. And when you reach level 3, which you will do when you acquire 2,400 XP total, when you reach that next HP or hit experience point threshold, you'll then roll 3d4. And if you get higher than 6, then you'll get that new total. And if you get lower than 6, then it just goes up by 1.
Can I ask a question about when I roll?
What's your question?
So if I have a Constitution modifier
Right.
that's giving me a bonus to my roll, I'm assuming I subtract the Constitution modifier from the previous roll. Or am I at? That doesn't matter. I just add them.
You add the Constitution modifier for each die. So if you've got
Yeah,
a plus
so it's still-
so if you have a +1 con, you would roll and you were hitting second level, you would roll 2d6 plus 2.
Okay, and if it's high, but if it's less than what I already have, do I gain 2 hit points then?
No, you still just gain 1. Your total always goes up by at least 1, but the idea here is sort of that if you get a bad level up rolled once, it doesn't stick with you forever. It sort of will over time you will gravitate towards the mean. If you get a really good roll, then you get the benefits of having that really good roll, but your next few level ups might be small. But if you get a really bad level up, then your next one's probably going to jump you up quite a lot.
Yeah, so it's not like you're going to keep rolling 1s on your HP and then you're level 10 and just eat an arrow and curl up and die.
Right. Yeah. So the idea here is that you sort of over time you'll gravitate towards closer to the average, but high rolls are still exciting and low rolls aren't like distressing.
No, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's not like next question. Okay, that makes me a lot more calm about me rolling a 2 on fucking Knave's thing over in our other one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's how it works in Worlds Without Number. And I really liked that because I always thought it was kind of like I don't know, when you roll like a 1 on when you roll like 2 on your first hit die, and it's just like now I'm just always going to be kind of weak for my level. And I mean that's reasonable, but I also kind of like that over time it sort of evens out. And if you get a big roll, then that's great because then you get to be tough for that level, but
I'm thinking the big upside here is you never run into a problem where you're level 3 and you've gotten 3 like 2s and 1s and you're thinking to yourself,
right,
man, I could jump off a cliff right now.
Right, because the odds of that happening would be very small because you would have to have like rolled badly all 3 times.
I made the joke originally of you rolled shit in D&D on all your stats, so you put your fucking 4 into Constitution on your wizard and then jumped out a window.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, that's where we'll end things for this week.
I think real fast. Did you want to say something, Lux?
Oh yeah, I was just going to say if we're done, I need to dip. If that's everything.
Yep, that's everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Farewell, Lux.
Oh, wait. So next session will be Win.
Yeah, are we going back to every other week,
Yes.
or is it a weekly
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
now?
It is-
Monday every other week.
Monday every other
let's
week, but I
do-
just need to know when the next Monday that we're playing is. So are we going to play? So, Marilyn, when are you home?
I'm home after the 2nd, so
Okay.
we can just go back to regularly scheduled programming.
Okay.
Oh,
So
cool.
when do we want to play then on the 11th, 2 weeks from now?
Yep,
Yeah.
11th is. Yep, I have nothing for the 11th. Let's
Alright,
go
good.
do it on Veterans Day.
All right. So then we'll play on the 11th and go every other Monday from then. Back to the normal
Oh,
schedule.
it'll be 11/11. It'll be a lucky day.
Yeah.
I'm
All the
so
rules will get a
happy.
+1.
I'm so happy that we will be back to fucking regularly scheduled programming.
No,
Me too.
I'm excited for that.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, Lux,
also-
you can go and take care of yourself. I'm gonna
I'm heading
end
off
the
too.
recording now. Good
Can I
night,
ask
everybody.
one more question before
Farewell.
people go,
Good night.
though? I want to ask one more thing, if that's okay, real fast, guys.
Yeah.
Am I taking up a bit too much time, or is everybody okay with everything?
That's funny. I thought I was taking a bit too much time this session.
I don't know.
If
I
anybody.
think we're good.
All right, okay,
No,
Lex.
No, I think it was fine. I mean, obviously, it was just like some housekeeping stuff that's in order. But I mean, like every D&D, a lot of like TTRPG sessions. Sometimes we'll just have a session that is just like the housekeeping TM, and it's just like preparing for our next adventure. I thought it was
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
We've got
I
our
don't-
quest now, and I'm excited for that. I think that makes up for it.
Yeah, the prospect of the Mermaid Queen makes me really excited. So I'm glad we got a big juicy hook to follow next time.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because like whenever I spend a lot of time on screen, I want to make sure that like everybody doesn't feel like I'm doing too much. I like to check in.
I fucking love
I
Sarkis'
appreciate
legs,
that, but
so
I also love our captain so much. I love the voice that you do for him. It's so like evocative of the character. It's great.
yeah.
Thank you. Oh man, you would have loved Yurov.
I would have fucking loved Yurov from everything I've heard about him. I would have fallen in love with that thing.
He's just so desperate to compromise. Get through the day.
Oh man. I'm just happy that Cabe let me run Yurov through like all the fucking bullshit I got him in. I think I got him in like 5 different campaigns.
That's
A lot
wonderful.
of one shot and guest appearances. Anyway, I'm gonna end the recording now.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Toodles.